Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the card of today for the 21st of April 2016. Right, it's a bit of a strange card today. I've gone back to the Morgan Greer deck, and the card that I've pulled today is the Knight of Swords. Very different to traditional tarot, this sort of, I'm wanting to not like this card, but there's something that I can't help but like with it, you know. If we look at this guy in this card, he's stubborn, he's set in his ways. He actually looks a little bit scary. Some say this is blood on his sword. I'm not sure, you know. So it's a strange one. But what I'm getting with this, and what I'm getting with this straight away, is defenses. So I really feel that there's defenses up around something, you know, and it's really sort of digging in hard and not having a lot of sway, not being open to different opinions. It's like, this is my opinion, this is what I want, this is how I think, and this is how it is, which that isn't the case. That is just your opinion. It's not everybody's, you know, and everybody has the right to their opinion. Just because there's difference to yours does not mean they're wrong, and it also doesn't mean that you're wrong neither, you know. So I really feel this is what's coming in with this card. I don't know a situation around at the moment where you are, I am right and they are wrong, and I really want you to soften a little bit with this and try and see things from all angles, because I really feel that there seems to be a lot of I'm getting like quite a restless mind. So a lot of things going over and over in your head. And sometimes the more we think about something, we can sort of make a mountain out of a molehill, you know, and this will then cause sort of feelings of offense, but feelings of defense as well, you know. Also jumping to conclusions with this, you know, it's like, this knight attacks first and then questions later, you know. So it's please don't allow yourself to do that. If something comes up you're not sure of, or you even get a feeling with it, really take the time at the moment to just step back, evaluate it, look at all of the evidence presented before you make your decision. You might make the same decision that you were going to make, but at least if you've thought it through, you know, we kind of, you're not going to be accused of sort of like jumping in with both feet, if that makes sense, you know. So this knight often talks about, like, he's wanting to do the right thing, but we also need to question, is he doing it for the right reasons, you know, or the wrong reasons? So quite an egoic card here. There's quite a lot of ego coming in with this. Now, what I find quite interesting when I looked at this card today is, if we have a look, there's like a tower burning behind him. This red could be the reflection from the tower rather than blood. You know, the question's out, and that I'm not going to be the Knight of Swords, and I'm not going to jump to conclusions around that. But if we have a look at the guy in question, I mean, even, I don't know if you can see that close, but his eyes are red. You know, this is like, there's a red mist in front of him. So I really feel there's something that's really annoyed him, something that's really got his back up, you know, around this, and he is ready to sort of wreak havoc and wreak judgment on this, you know. But again, what I found was interesting with this is, if we have a look at his glove, there's an arrow sort of on his glove, like a sharp point, and that is actually pointing at himself. So this goes back to the old Buddhist notion that clutching a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at somebody, you know, it is us that's getting burned. So a lot of times when we are angry at somebody else, and we are feeling that anger, and we are letting that burn up inside of us and going round in our head, and, you know, what they've done wrong, what they've done to us, how this is unfair or whatever, it's actually us that is getting hurt rather than the other person. You know, he has his sword there to protect himself from other people, but he's not protecting himself from himself and from his way of thinking, which is what is truly causing his worry. if we also have a look here around his head, he has sort of like armored spikes on his helmet. So what this is saying to me as well is that he's even protecting his thoughts, so he's not letting anything else in. And this could also be logic. He's not letting a logical explanation coming in, and it's like he's taken whatever has happened personally. And I really feel this is a big factor within this card today. Like I've said, it's a very egoic card, and often people do things that anger us, that frustrate us, that annoy us, but they're not doing it personally to us. It's us that takes that personally. So that is an egoic trait. When we make it about us, that is our ego. This person might be doing whatever, it might be wrong, but they're not doing it to us in general, if that makes sense. So I really want you to think today about this card and how it's sort of, where are you feeling defensive? Where are you feeling wronged? And where are you sort of seeking revenge in a way as well? Because this is what this guy's intent on doing. He wants them to pay for what they've done. He's been hurt, so he wants to hurt in return. And that never really works. It doesn't work for either party involved. It doesn't help the situation. It just makes it basically like a bloodbath. So I like to say, really, really look at where you have defenses, where you're being quite stubborn, and where you are not being open to other ways of thinking as well. Be very careful with your words as well, I would say, at the moment. Be careful how you're speaking to somebody, because even that tone might be misconstrued. One of the main things that this is highlighting as well is text messages. There is no tone in text, so there can be so many misinterpretations of a text message. And in our day and age, we are that quick to just send a text without even thinking, and the person on the receiving end can take that in a completely different way to what it was actually meant. And this can cause quite a lot of problems. It's actually happened to me recently, and it was taken in not the way that it was meant at all. But thankfully that was sorted out. But be really, really careful about your communication here and how it could be taken by the other person. Even though you know what it is that you're saying, make sure that is sort of, the other person will be able to see that as well. So what I want to say with this card today is just relax a little bit, loosen up. Are things really that bad, and really holding this anger within yourself, and getting yourself all worked up, getting yourself annoyed, frustrated, your blood pressure going through the roof or whatever? Is it really worth it? I've mentioned before, forgiveness. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you dismiss what the other person has done or the other person has said or whatever. What it does is it's you free yourself. When you forgive somebody, you're making the choice to let that go. And I really feel within this, just let it go. Whatever anybody's done, they've got their own karma that's going to come back to that. It's not up for you to actually hurt yourself and keep yourself this tight, because there's a real tightness with this. I mean, if we look, he can flow, there's the purity here, that he can flow if he wants. He's just got himself that protected from getting hurt, but he is actually hurting himself more than what any other person could do anyway. So I hope that makes sense. Be very careful today with communication. I really feel this is key today. If you're sending a text message to somebody, make sure that it is said in a way that it will be read in that same way as well. if you are talking to somebody face to face, you know, make sure that you speak from the heart, and you know, it's not about point scoring, it's not about winning, it's not about getting one over on that other person, and it's not about sort of asserting your power neither. You know, do it on a level, you know, and when you do it on the same level, and when you do it from a place of love, then you know, you think we can't get the mix-ups that this card is actually saying, because I feel that if we don't do this, I do feel there could be, like I say, there's the Tower coming after that as well. So I really want you to just be very careful and bite your tongue a little bit as well. I don't know if that makes sense to any of you, but don't speak the words that you want to speak today. Usually I'm a great believer of saying, say exactly what you feel, but today I really feel, you know, sit on them, let them stew a little bit, and then tomorrow, you know, that's fine, communicate. But today, just bite your tongue a little bit, because I feel that there could be a few crossed words or a few arguments or something like that. But I feel that this is more because of how things are said and because of the defenses that are actually up as well. So, sorry, I managed to get through with only one cough there. So I hope that's made sense, sense to some of you. Like I say, not that nice a card, but it's more of a warning, you know, and a lot of time tarot will give us warnings, you know, they give us warnings, they give us guidance, and they tell us the best course of action. So just, you know, keep your mouth shut today. That's I think what you need to do. So if anybody would like a personal reading from me, please get in touch, either inbox, sorry, or email lovebuddhatarot@aol.co.uk. I do readings on Skype, FaceTime, email, and phone. So all different ways to communicate and get your reading done then. And please get in touch, and I hope you like this video. I'll speak to you tomorrow with the card of today. Satnam.